Yo, what's up, guys? It's your boy NJNP, and yes, we are streaming again. I told y'all, man, when the new computer comes in, we're gonna be active with this streaming thing. I know some of you guys will probably, if you guys are wondering why there was no video, yesterday's because I got my what's it called? Wisdom teeth removed. So I was out of commission. I was dead. I got one of them removed yesterday. Yeah. It was painful for sure. So that's why I was dead and there was no video. But I'm coming at you with a stream now, and hopefully you guys enjoy. So since this is the thing, like if you guys follow my channel actively, that's why I was like dead like for the whole week and was like only doing streams last week, is because all the tooth pain I was having. So I missed basically a viabilities ranking video, sadly. But your boy's gonna come through, and we're gonna basically knock out two of them in one vid, and one stream, I guess. And I got my man Gary with me. Yeah, Gary, say hi to the people. Yo, what's up, Megastar? So since the stream just started and everything, we're gonna give people some time to come through. Yeah, sure, I got you. I'm about to just hear everyone, so you'll get it as well. And so yeah. Let's see. It's in the town hall channel. And yeah, we're just gonna be going over the mons, basically from last week and this week. And so we'll start in a second. I just gotta make sure I set up the Twitch chat. I forgot to the YouTube chat. I forgot to set that up. And let y'all give y'all some time to come through. But yeah, let me know how you guys have been doing. I'm having a nice day myself thus far. I did as you guys were for I guess the earlier update video that I was doing today. Coached my team in flag football to victory. We won 26-0. It was a great game. Proud of them. Yeah, it was clean. Anyway, got that. Me X out. Alright, we should be good. Yo, what's up, Dylan? Alright. Yo, what's up, Splurge? Alright, Gary. You ready, my mans? We're just gonna wait for Gary, and then we'll get into it. You good? Alright, great. Alright. So first thing that went up was Mega Scizor. Now Mega Scizor, phenomenal Pokemon. It's funny. It's kind of ironic because like this happened like last OLT. I thought Scizor was gonna die down in viability because all these Zapdoses were popping up just like it is right now, and like I didn't see their. I just thought it was gonna keep dropping, and then even adding to that, Toxapex usage is rising. But a big thing came into the meta game, and that's Mega Diancie, and with Mega Scizor being the only mon that's really viable with Bullet Punch, at least that I can think of, that can blow it away. It is valuable. It walls a lot of big threats in the metagame, such as like Z Kyurem that like it in Power Fire, which they generally should. And it also, like, a lot of people need to realize that it's a nice measure for things such as Mega Lati. Although you have to like run Mega Scizor in like with something like Haze Toxic Base, because like if they're the Reflect set, you will if you're not SD be punished. So I like to run Mega Scizor and Toxic Base is a nice combo if you're trying to like handle Mega Latias Common, because it beats basically all of its sets. And yeah, SD Mega Scizor is pressuring a decent amount of teams lately. A lot of teams have been like forgetting it, not because they want to, it's just because there's so much other things to handle. And yeah. Anyway, Gary. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. We can barely hear Gary. He's way quiet. You should be able to hear him better now. Hold up. Hold up. Let me. No, hold up. Let me fix it real quick. Hold up. Let me see if.
Mike is like.
All right. Hold up. Hold up. We're gonna turn my man's Gary. Hold up. Yo, let me know if y'all can hear him now. Let me walk down this tunnel and hear a bit clearer. I mean, well, yo.
You better not fuck me over with my audio again, bro.
Let's make sure you guys can hear Gary. We'll pause for a second. You guys let me know if you can hear Gary. You should be able to hear him better. I just turned up his volume, so y'all should be able to hear him a decent amount. Y'all tripping if y'all can't hear him still.
Can you guys hear me? I'm like holding my mic too, so it's like.
Yeah, y'all need to speak up, man.
All right, it's good now. All right, that's good. Is it too good? Like, cause I mean, this mic is like.
That's good. All right, fantastic.
All right, so.
Just run it back. Just run it back, Gary. Just run it back.
I don't want to say everything I just said, but basically, like, yeah, I didn't think it. You wouldn't think it'd be that good because Pextila, being, blah blah blah. It wasn't that good right after Metagross got banned, but like now, it's super nice because it can't obviously like blind switch into fucking Diancie because HP Fire. And pretty much every set's gonna run that unless it's like, I don't even know. I think pretty much all Diancie should be running HP Fire in my opinion. But like
I'm kind of mixed on that.
Yeah, it can like after Stealth Rock, I'm pretty sure even at +2 defense, it can still get O-code I think by Bullet Punch. But yeah, like is that, and then there's like Bulu. And because Bulu, they're kind of forced to not really run Grassium anymore because Mega Scizor is like really nice right now. And then like obviously Sizz is still good for like what you said, Mega Latias, which is like a huge threat I think, the Combine set. And then like obviously it's still a good Zygarde check. And it can check Clefable if they aren't running like Flamethrower and all that stuff. So yeah, I think it's a pretty good mon. I don't know if it'll go any higher than A-, but I don't know, maybe. But I think it's pretty good in the rank as of now.
When yeah, I mean, I don't really see him going any higher. I feel like A- is where it deserves to be at the time. It's still one of the best defoggers in the gen right now.
Yeah, I can't forget about that.
Yeah, and Altaria being introduced when this was dropped. It's a nice measure for Altaria as well. That lacked Fire Blast.
That's not a Pokemon.
Let's see. Okay, next was Gastrodon. It rose up to B. Honestly, what was the reason for this? I don't remember.
Well, it's because it's literally one of the best switches to Diancie. Like, I mean,
okay.
Blast doesn't 2-hit KO.
That's true.
Even after rocks, and like, yeah, it's just super fucking fat. It's really passive, but like. So is a lot of other things.
Yeah.
And, like,
one thing that annoyed me about Gastrodon is that it's so weak that like Toxapex, even though it's ground supposed to be weaken and poison, it's so weak that Gastrodon Toxapex can come in on the Gastrodon, take its E-Quake and Toxic it. That's one thing I always disliked about Gastrodon. It's really passive.
It's definitely one of those mons that like you have to play to its strength. So yeah, like it's not a Toxapex answer. Like obviously. Like nothing passive is going to be a Toxapex answer. Like let's be real, but like like it's super fat. You can switch into pretty much all Greninjas. Like none of them carry Grass Knot anymore, other than like maybe Scarf, and like and then there's like other shit like Tapu Koko is really big because like yeah sure it just U-turns on it, but like there's as long as you have a Gastrodon, it's never clicking Wild Charge because like it'll just lose like all the momentum. So like yeah, I think it's pretty chill. Like it's pretty good mon. I mean it's not like easy to slap on a team because it's just kind of like there, but it's one of those mons where it's like a glue mon where if you're weak to a lot of combinations of things, you can kind of just throw it on your team. But if that thing got Stealth Rock, it would be a lot better. But unfortunately, it's just kind of there.
Yeah. honestly, like, it's like one of those mons where if it didn't have Scald, no one would probably use it.
Yeah,
that's,
of course.
that's for a decent amount of mons. But yeah, so like if you're running Gastrodon, you're gonna be running Leftovers, you're gonna be running Max HP, Max Special Defense, Toxic, Earthquake, Scald, Recover. The fact is, like, Gastro does lose the Calm Mind Diancie, so don't face that.
Yeah, unless you run EQ, I guess.
Like, you don't kill it. That's the thing. It's so weak. You don't even kill.
Yeah. You probably 1v1 it though, at least.
Would you? I think Diancie would beat it. I don't know though. I'm not. Wait.
Depends.
Let me fix this.
I mean,
I had the wrong thing.
If it's Max Bedef.
Let's see. What's Nature Sassy? There we go. Okay. Now let me get the calc out. Yo, you guys type in any questions if you got any real quick while I just pull up this calculator. Okay, let's see. Gastrodon. Diancie. And then if it's plus 252, we got the Moonblast.
Because like Diancie has like shit defenses, so like it wouldn't surprise me. I've never faced the Calm Mind Diancie with a Gastrodon, so I guess I wouldn't know.
Okay, so it's got a. Alright, so Gastrodon. Okay, Diancie has a 97.7 chance to take him out after a Calm Mind.
Alright.
So like if you Calm Mind on the Switch, definitely not like on it.
Yeah, as long as you have something to revenge kill it, which every team should.
Whichever team should.
You'll be fine.
You'll be fine.
But it can. The point is, it can take on basically every other Diancie set, and like I think, you know, I've seen Calm Mind plenty, but I think Polish and just like all out attacker with rocks or whatever is probably more common. So like it's pretty good. Like it's a pretty like reliable countermeasure to most Diancies in general.
Yeah. I would, you know, another thing Gastrodon's nice is for mons such as Mega Manectric. Not that great, but you know, it also handles rain really well, which is increasing in usage. It's also arguably one of the best. It's okay. And like the max attack Koko set that's rising. The reason I say it's okay is because U-turn does 20% to it. So if you make some nice predictions, that will get whittled pretty quickly, especially if you're able to get hazards up. Yeah. All right, next Manaphy. This rose because of Veil, basically, and also because of Bird Spam team. That's been every old tease. There's got to be some birds, man. That's crazy. Honestly, there's really not much else to add with the Manaphy. Literally, it's Veil and Bird Spam. The only reason why it's being used offense is what's carrying Manaphy right now. It's a pretty bad Pokemon in general, but these are my opinion. But yeah, that's.
It runs like the fucking Tail Glow with like Rain Dance and like lefties, I guess, and then it'll run like you know, the Waterium on the Veils usually.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sucks because you know Ferrothorn's obviously gonna be a pain in the ass, especially for the Bird Spam, because like it kind of just switches in. But that Bird Spam's got a fuck ton of things to take advantage of Ferrothorn, so it's pretty good. You know, doesn't really matter.
So like. Other than that, Manaphy is able to pressure out things that are increasing usage, like Hippowdon. It's a nice water switching for, I guess, what it does. It can break through some bulky cores pretty, you know, successfully with its Z moves, and can also do some pressure some offensive teams. But with, you know, with the usage of things such as Latias and Mantine being so high, and you being forced to run Psychic because of things like Toxapex, it's okay. Yo, what's up, LL? Alright, next, D-Knight. Again, Bird Spam is carrying this mon. But although D-Knight's, I would say, is definitely more scarier than a Manaphy, though. Because its Z move hits pretty hard. No matter how you want to, you know.
Higher.
What's your question?
Or is D-Knight lower? Is D-Knight higher or D-Knight
D-Knight is lower than Manaphy.
I don't know how I feel about that.
Yeah. But yeah, so... the problem is after D-Knight wastes his Z move, it's pretty weak, and you know you can handle it as best as possible. But the thing is that's phenomenal about it, it's multi-skill. One of the things I've always said in the past is if we get a mega D-Knight, if Game Freak makes it right, say goodbye. It's going to Ubers.
that's gonna be fucked. Like, I can, even if it like kept the same ability or whatever, like it'd be fucked.
All right. Other than that, Shandy also wrote Chandelure. And that's because it's mostly the spec set. It being a phenomenal breaker, it also can pressure stall a ton. Its special attack is 145. Not many mons are able to carry that and use it effectively. The only mons that are stronger than that are mons such as Diancie, Latias, Scizor, Hoopa, Alakazam, and you guys have seen how good those mons are. But the great thing about it is its ghost typing and the fact that ghost is so spammable. It's able to pressure out very popular mons such as Ferrothorn, Scizor. Also, it's a pretty nice pressure for Mega Latias, because most Mega Latias are not gonna have a super effective move, or at least a move that's gonna be able to easily just take this thing out. They're not.
Some carry Surf.
Some carry Surf. Okay, well, I mean, even if it's Surf, it's not killing. I know that, because the special defense is 90, so that's decent enough to take a Surf, especially when there's no Life Orb attached to it or anything like that. Choice Scarf, I would not recommend running it. It's not as definitely the only viable set I say is Specs. I guess you can make
actually run that.
I mean, people saw it Rose, and they got a little special with it. They threw some.
I mean, people were saying the same thing about Ape and said that it should rise because of like it can run like. All
Yeah,
these fucking
yeah,
sets, that doesn't mean it should rise anymore. But.
Exactly. Yeah. Is there anything you want to add to it?
No, I mean, pretty much everything you said. If you don't have a T-Tar like a Chansey, it's super fucking hard to switch into, and even then, like T-Tar takes a fuck ton from Specs energy, so it can't just like blindly switch into it. And like, I guess like a Weavile can be annoying for it too, but again, it can't switch in. And then like a Chansey can just get tricked. So yeah, I think it's pretty fucking stupid, mon. Like it's just like one of those things where it's like normally it wouldn't be that good, but because like fire type switch-ins are really shitty and ghost type switch-ins are even shittier, it's obviously like going to be good at something. So yeah, I have only used it a couple times, but it's been pretty good so far.
I'm always hesitant of using this mon because probably because I face so many mega T-Tars. I did never want to give that mana free DD.
Exactly.
But its usage is dying down, so maybe I'll come back to this mon. Alright, next, Ditto. This thing is making laddering unfun. P2, let me just say this right now, he ruined laddering. He saved laddering, because, like... Saved?
Just shits... Yeah, bro, he just shits all over fucking the common...
Dude, I hate that. Oh, yeah, I mean, it's fantastic for that, but the issue is, generally, you use SDers... or Calm Minders to try to break through bulky cores such as Chansey and Scarm, and then you gotta worry about Ditto in the back. You can't do that so easily. So it's like,
hell yeah, dude.
It's really an issue. Chandy, it's not really a good check to train because it can get hidden power. It can get earth power or toxic. Yeah. So I wouldn't definitely.
And Shadow Ball won't. And Shadow Ball will 2KO, but Earth Power does like 1,000,000 to Shandy.
Yeah.
So like, yeah.
It's more, if anything, the better fire type it was is Charizard Y. That's what it was, and it does it pretty well. It does it pretty well because of its Flash Fire ability. Hey yo, were you around when people thought that Chandelure had Shadow Tag? Oh my god.
Oh yeah. That was Gen 5. Bro, I'm a grandpa. I've been around since like.
That was crazy, man. People. I saw people like Chaney's gotta go. It's disgusting. It was funny.
Yeah, and then Game Freak's like, all right, we ain't about that life, which honestly was pretty smart to be like.
Was it like okay, wait, we remember it. They said it was like, I don't know, a glitch, and they like it wasn't supposed to be that way, or what did they say?
I don't know. All I know is that it was one of the best mons in the tier in Dreamworld OU and Dreamworld Ubers. Like, it literally had #1 usage in both, so that just goes to show you how fucked it would have been. Because, like, it's basically like a slow Mega Gengar that can, like, trap things and just kill everything in one shot, pretty much. So, like, yeah, it was fucking stupid. I'm glad that they decided to, like, renege that shit. That would have been fucked. I mean, it would have been banned anyway with Shadow Tag, but like, I don't know. I think that would have made Ubers pretty fucking cancerous too, and because Mega Gengar is already fucking good, I can't imagine if we had both that and Shandy in there. Ugh.
All right. Next we got Mega Diancie, and it being A is well deserved. Honestly, like people are like saying, "Oh, it's overrated. It's not as good as we expected it to be." Well, this is because we got things like Dugtrio and Megearna still in the tier. When Dugtrio gets banned, which if y'all don't ban it, I'm feeling
It's getting banned.
it better. Yo, Gary, I'm gonna have a rant video is gonna be on the deck if it don't get banned. I'm gonna go relistify on everyone. No, for real though. Sure. Dugtrio, as soon as that gets banned, Diancie's gonna even be better. And then most likely, Megearna hopefully gets a suspect. In my opinion, needs a suspect. No matter if you don't think it's broken, it needs a suspect.
Yeah, I like just from what I've been hearing, like from the council, like they make it sound like leaks, but like fucking they pretty much made it sound like it's gonna be a while after Dugtrio to get anything suspected, just because like Dugtrio leaving is gonna completely fuck the meta up. Like everything's gonna change so much for the good, for the better. Yeah. But like Stall is gonna become a lot worse. Fucking stuff like Heatran's gonna become god tier. Guard Y is gonna become less relevant. Yeah. Just so many fucking things. Like stall breakers will be stall breakers again. You don't have to use offensive land on every fucking team and shit like that. Like yeah. It's gonna be pretty fucking huge. So I think it'll be like at least a month or two before Megearna, if that's the next thing on the chopping block, gets suspected. Even then, Diancie is pretty fucking good. So if something actually did happen to Megearna, I think Diancie would be like fucking that thing would be almost like S rank.
You guys are correct. I feel like Dougie has held back the tier.
It does.
I enjoyed it. I've said this a lot of times, but like my favorite time in the OU metagame this far was when Dugtrio was suspected. It was a great time to play. I had a great time. I had a fun time laddering, which I rarely do, but I was enjoying myself. Anyway, next, Mega Latias. It started out at B+, which is honestly I've used this mon a decent amount. And Carmine, oh my God, can it go in on some teams? It goes in on. It's so scary.
I know you have a boner for that Reflect type set. Like I really like that.
I haven't. I've stopped using set. I've used T-Bolt a lot now, and I've used Sub.
T-Bolt and like Surf. I haven't seen as much, but like T-Bolt and like that. God, like it's so like I remember I was using Finch's Diancie team, and like. His only way of beating, his Mega Latias check is, Diancie, so it seems fair. But then you switch in Diancie as they come on and you lost.
Yeah. If you don't win every single speed tie, you're screwed. And then you gotta hope you crit as well.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm just sitting there, like I remember I was just sitting there fucking spamming Moonblast. I think he had Psyshock, so that's the only reason.
Oh, okay.
He had Psyshock, so I spammed Diamond Storm to get the +6.
Cause I know, +2 store power. It took out a Diancie on my screen. I was like, God dang.
Yeah, Diancie's like frail as shit, but yeah, like Mega Latias, you have these like fairy types, and then it just sets up on all of them. Like, it's really fucking annoying.
It's got a lot of sets.
I never remember it being this fucking scary last gen. Maybe because T-Tar was one of the best mons in the tier, but
T-Tar. Okay, like there's a lot more prevalent dark types. Like there's a lot more viable dark types. Bisharp, Weavile. Yeah, exactly.
I do think like if Mega Latias continues to be like as threatening as it is, I think you could start seeing Bantar.
We will see a lot of interesting things from Mega Latias. I feel like in Snake, we'll see a lot of good things.
Yo, fuck! Shut up, Nuked.
We'll see. We'll see a lot of nice things. All right, so Mega Altaria. In my opinion, this mon should never be touched unless you add a zone to the team.
Why were you against it dropping, by the way?
Oh, I was against it dropping.
Yeah, this is for the next update.
I remember. I was against it dropping because it was a lot of mons. So like, it's not bad as it comes into a lot of mons, and I feel like B- was just fine for it. Cause like I feel like it's in the same rank as D-Knight, so like I feel like it's as fine as D-Knight. I feel like D-Knight's better, but I could see it being as good as D-Knight.
Yeah, alright, that's fair.
But I feel like just like D-Knight. Like D-Knight really appreciates Magnezone as well. So,
yeah.
all right. Now we get into the drops. Rotom. Honestly,
this one was way too high. Like it shouldn't have been.
Yeah. I never see myself ever trying to use Rotom this generation, and it's crazy because Rotom was the shit last generation.
Thank Game Freak for nerfing Burn.
Yeah, like
really
there really is not much. It doesn't make much sense to use Rotom. I mean, it's still a great momentum bringer, sure. It also, you know, it's a nice rain measure, but no, it's not as good as it was.
Both.
Yeah, we're gonna do both. Read the title, L. God damn.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. It's LL, so.
Yeah, it literally is in the title. We're doing. We're doing 6 and 7.
And Aaron, just to be Aaron McClellan, whatever. Just to be fair, I'm not dissing Reflect type like in general. I'm just dissing like the Combine Reflect type, just because like you're walled by like your Ninja and stuff like that. I really don't like that. It requires way more support to sweep, whereas like the bulk, like the T-Bolt or the Surf ones can at least go in earlier, because it doesn't have to worry about being fucking walled by Greninja, which is like, I mean, obviously you can't use Dugtrio to trap your Ninja, so I mean, I guess you can.
Yeah, and like back to make it last, like Defog is it's a pretty decent defogger as well.
Bolt HP Fire, that's pretty good too.
Yeah, Alakazam. Oh, yo, side note for a second. Completely out the blues. Who here is gonna watch the fight? Who's here gonna be watching the McGregor?
Well, all right. I hope none of you are actually like going to do like pay-per-view and are just gonna find a stream, because like that'll be the biggest waste.
I'm actually going to a movie theater. I'm actually going to a movie theater to watch it. My mother dropped $116 for all of us to go.
Yeah, I don't feel like spending money on watching fucking McGregor get his ass kicked.
Yo, I'm gonna be there with my popcorn. It's gonna be a blast. Hopefully it lasts a decent amount of rounds. That's all I'm asking. At least let me get my bag of popcorn done. We proceed.
Yeah, you about to go get your popcorn, and then fucking McGregor, we knock the fuck out. So
y'all gonna. All right, I'm glad. Let's see. You're gonna have pay-per-view. You're gonna be on a plane during the fight. Oh, man, that sucks, bro. You're watching with friends on stream. That's nice. All right. Anyway, back to the rankings. All right. So let's see. Okay, Manectric dropping because it's a bad mon. Honestly, if you're choosing a mega type, you never want to. I honestly. All right, I'm being biased, but this mon technically can't even beat a well-placed Celesteela. I'm sorry, I don't like electric. That's why I love using Roost Koko right now. You just roost up and pressure out, come back in sometimes. I love Koko right now. Koko, that's why I said when Manectric got released, do not use Manectric. It is just a worse Koko, and I'm glad y'all listened to me. I'm glad y'all figuring that out, and it's dropping. The only merit Manectric literally had was one Intimidate, which isn't as valuable as it was like last gen.
Whoa, all right. I remember specifically in the VR council you were saying that Manectric would be a better Koko.
No, that definitely wasn't me. Don't misquote Gary. Don't do that. Gary, don't do that.
No. I'm about to find this shit. Just like you said, Mega Gallade was gonna be the future, you know. So it's like,
bruh, like. No, that's not. Yo, Ella, I'm about to make you a moderator here, so you can stop with just things like Max just said. And Max, chill out, bro. I don't want to block you. I like you, man, but no, you can't be saying things like that. Anyway, okay, all right, yeah. So okay, I never said Manectric was gonna be a better Koko. That was some insane thing ABR was preaching. That's who was saying that. ABR was the one that was going crazy about that. No, the mon's trash. I only built one team, and that was because Joey needed a team, and I was like, fine, I'm gonna build with this trash mon. And you know, the team was amazing because you know that's the general thing with my builds. But it was cool. It was a cool mon for a period of time, but now people realize it was bad. Congratulations. All right, Ninetales dropped. Veil, it got Diancie killed Veil, kind of. Also, you know, Scizor rose in usage as well. So, Blunder said that. Well, Blunder's insane as well. How does moderating work? How does my Blunder said that Manectric was gonna be better than Koko.
Yeah, you guys are whack.
All right. Oh, I'm sorry. I gotta block you now, bro. I'm sorry.
Yo, what's he saying?
He's saying that he's saying the N word. So I had to.
Of course he is. Of course. God.
I had to ban him. Hey, yo, he's literally banned from like every YouTuber's page. Like, I was even defending this man. I was like, Max has been so cool. And you know, now he just snapped. I don't know what happened, but this man lost his mind. But anyway.
All right, you know what? I'll give you that. You actually said it. That Manectric's the worst Koko. All right. So I don't know who said it, but
it was ABR. ABR was definitely on that.
ABR. It's better than Koko. Oh shit. Yep.
All right. The only time I've been wrong this generation when I thought Mega Galay was gonna be Jesus. I thought Mega Galay was gonna be the truth. I was definitely let down by that. All right. Yeah. Okay. So Ninetales it dropped because of Scizor and Diancie being so good. So you know it had to drop. And then Terrakion. I mean, I don't even know how it's as high as it is. So it's pretty bad. The only good set is Scarf. Honestly, like Z Rockium is underrated, but it's one of those mons that doesn't really get an SD opportunity. That's the thing.
Yeah. It's also kind of like outclassed by, I mean, not outclassed, but it's kind of like, you know, Lando T in that SD Stealth Rock role. But it's got a good speed tier though, so that's like the one thing that's separate. Different. Hype ability too.
All right. Let's see. Next, Kabuto's unranked. You have much better rain sweeper, so don't touch it. I think that's simple enough. All right, let's move on to the latest rankings. Now we finally got through with let's see, is it page 104?
Yeah.
Let me scroll. There we go.
I think it's 104.
I got it. Tell me when you got it.
I mean, yeah, I'm just looking at your stream.
Okay. All right. Let's see. All right, excuse me. Rise, Pharaoh and Koko. Okay, so Pharaoh rose because it's phenomenal. You leech and the burn and the whole burn being nerfed was phenomenal for Ferrothorn. With things such as Shovel Berry handles threats such as Bulu pretty well, and also doesn't die to things like Low Kick, Greninja, Focus Blast from numerous Amons. Also, it handles things such as Koko phenomenally well, especially the physical set that's been rising. You say is one of the best measures for it. It's getting up all types of hazards. It can get up Stealth Rock, Spikes, and the thing is, it is the best at doing that, arguably. In different types of teams it fits on. It can T-Wave. It can knock off things for you. It is an all-out utility mon that is a pain for a lot of teams to handle. So
it is like one of those mons where if you're weak to it, it'll just delete the team.
Yeah.
Yeah. Burns it. Oh my god.
Like that's the fact for all A+. Excuse me. If you're weak to it, just stop. Like if you're weak to a Koko and you're weak to a Ferrothorn, you're weak to other A+ mons, then you just delete the build and go. Just turn around.
Cause like every time that thing comes in for free, it's getting up a hazard or it's getting up a leech. And then it's getting up, and then like next turn it's gonna protect if it's got protect, or it's gonna knock something off. Like it's. Oh my fuck! I don't know which is more annoying, that or Steela. Like in all honesty, like both are just they're so annoying to deal with. Like I feel like Steela, it's easier to get back like health and shit. But with Ferrothorn, it's just like it's kind of like Steela in the way of like it's also like not super passive. Like obviously like it doesn't have like 1,000 attack or anything. But, like it's not something that you can just set up with anything or like send in something to set up with your own spikes, because like you can just knock them off and then they become shitty. Like you can't just send in your Shed Shell Skarmory or whatever, and because especially if they have like a Magnezone or something, like it's
Pharaoh's one of the reasons why I love Fire Mega such as Camera,
Yeah, exactly.
and Charizard Y. You know, it's also one that's, in my opinion, I'm not gonna say I'm not gonna say mandatory, but it's appreciated on a lot of rains. It covers a lot of things that rain is weak to, and is able to be a.
It's only a double weak to fire instead of quads. So that's really nice. So it can take on stuff like Diancie a lot better.
Yeah, and like things like Celesteela that really annoy rain. Try to go for flamethrower, you knock off its leftovers. That's really important. Along with, you know, it's a nice anti-rain mon as well. Not only because it can take the water hits decently, but also because it can either T-wave or it can set up hazards to pressure those rain sweepers. So definitely mon you cannot forget about when building. And then the next mon, Koko. This mon is Jesus. The best Tapu, in my opinion, for sure, no competition. I love this mon in so many ways. I'm honestly addicted, not gonna lie, to Kokos that can't touch Lando. You know, you guys can get on me about that, but you know, I like to build teams that can, you know, handle those mons. And Koko, I want to be a certified 100% stall breaker generally, and it does that job pretty well.
Nothing's more annoying when they send in their 20% like offensive Lando and you have to U-turn out. You know, like I really hate that shit. That's why like I always have to have HP Ice, because like, I mean, Zygarde is easier to give, like, I guess free switch-ins, but like just giving offensive Lando free switch-ins I just absolutely fucking hate, because especially if you're using like, you know, like a bulkier team, and there's like that risk that if you U-turn it at SDs and you're like, fuck, you know, and it's just like, yeah, I don't know. I like that. I do agree that extra utility can be really nice. But Jesus, like just letting Lando in for free in this metagame and just being like, oh yeah, go ahead and take this free, you know, donation. I don't like that. Don't like that. Just, yeah, I guess.
Okay, it's like I was just changing up the song. Let's see. Okay, so yeah, okay. Anyway, to go further into Koko, it pressures out so much. Pressures out things such as pre-Ash Greninja and Protein General. It can run so many sets, so many Z moves as well, and pressure out so many things, as I've already said before. But its best set right now is arguably the Z move Wild Charge set. Let me find it. And then like this set pressures out too many mons. Like it was at a point like in the early gen, like beginners used to comfortably stay in on Kokos. Now they don't do that anymore. They ain't trying to die.
They just die.
Yeah, they're either if the opponent is smart, they are switching. They are not trying to catch those hands.
And even then, like the other really, like I think a really good set right now, that it's kind of one of those you have to play really smart, and you have to, you know, just have that risk management in the back of your head. But like Specs, that set is super punishing if you play it right. Like, I mean, I know that's anytime I ever see TK play and he's using a Koko, it's like a 99.9% Specs, and it always just manages to do a fuck ton of work, because, you know, he's a good player and like he's able to, like, you know, abuse it. And if, like, in the right hands of someone who knows when, okay, I should probably Volt here, or no, I should just click T-Bolt, or blah, blah, blah. Like, yeah, it's like Gleam will 2-hit KO Lando and stuff like that. So you don't even have to really like predict and go for HP Ice. You can just go for Dazzle. And like you can run HP Fire, I guess, if you want to like do a lot more to Pharaoh. I still like HP Ice because you can Oko Lando, which is really nice, like from full. But yeah, like stuff like Gear takes like 35 to 40 from like a T-Bolt, and takes like, I don't know, 30 from Bolt. So like it gets worn down really quickly, and it's super fucking strong, super fucking strong.
Manectric can't beat Celesteela. No, if Celesteela is placed on, like literally all you need to do is get some chip on the Manectric, and if you're special defensive, you're gonna beat it.
Yeah, if it's Fizz Def, Manectric will probably win.
Yeah, if it's Fizz Def, yeah, Manectric will probably beat it.
Still exists, so like, yeah.
Basically, like, okay, basically you can't make it your primary answer to Celesteela. I've learned this. You can't make a build and hope Manectric's gonna take it on. Like literally, all your opponent needs to do is set some rocks, like Flamethrower or Slam V Slammer, leech you like a couple of times, and then you're screwed. So,
yup,
that's that. All right. Let's get into the drops because there's a lot of them. Mew dropped. Hold up. I think I was against this. I don't remember.
No, you're for it.
I was for it.
I think every single person was for it.
Let me check. Let's see. Let's see what I'm from. Let me check to see what I was for and against. I remember everything. I was like mostly like y'all went crazy. All right. Let's see. Mew. Okay, I was for it. Yeah. Okay, yeah. So anyway, one of the reasons I was probably for it. Everyone's prepping for it a lot more. They're trying to handle it as best as they possibly can, but it is a Mew. I've learned that you can only prep so much. I've learned that Mew MZ is scary as hell.
I've only seen it a few times. I think like what Ben Gay used.
I used it 5 times in a live and in 4 of my games. So I realized that set's Jesus.
Oh yeah, I'm sure it's good just because people don't know how to face it. You know, they're like, oh fuck.
Yeah, it's one of those unique mounts because they always like, okay, it's gonna whisk. Let me go to my whiffs absorber, and then you go for the nasty plot or rock posh, and they're like, oh god, what's about to happen?
Yep.
So yeah. All right, next Tapu Bulu. I mean, Tapu Bulu, I've always had a love-hate relationship. I've recently discovered I said no on this one. I know I said no on this drop.
No, I'm pretty sure you said
no. I'm looking at it right now. I said no.
Oh, really?
No, I was.
All right.
One of the reasons I was gonna say yes until I found out about Life for Bulu and how it's so good. I tested Life for Bulu on the live and it was really good. But yeah, as LL said, I'm just gonna mention what LL said just right now. He said that Equake Mew is really good for like luring in Tran and checking McGearn. He's exactly right. I've used that set and it's pretty good. But one thing I hated about the set, you're generally walled by like flying types. So
yeah,
I was kind of iffy on the set. But hey, the set did what it was supposed to do, which was check McGearn, which is a stupid mon. So if you can check McGearn, I'm a big fan of you.
Like sub DD Zygarde sets up on you too.
Yeah. You gotta have that on the right team. Okay, and so yeah, back to what I was saying. So yeah, Bulu was against it because the Life for. If I didn't find out about Life for Bulu, I probably would have been against the drop. Because the thing about Bulu, you know, not only are you getting that powerful grass attack with that grassy terrain, but you're also healing your opponent's mons.
Is this the sub SD? Is it?
What's up, Snow?
What's the sub SD set again?
Oh, it's SD sub Life for Horn Leech superpower.
Okay, yeah.
And then
yeah, the only reason I didn't like that
plus speed nature.
Venusaur's annoying, but yeah, it's like, ow.
Yeah. Like if you play right, your Bulu should beat it. But like, of course, if you don't have your grassy terrain, it will wall you. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're talking about Clefable for people that aren't on the. I guess we'll be watching the replay. Okay. Charizard Y. Okay. So this dropped mostly because literally every single Toxapex in the tier started running Shed Shell, so you could no longer trap it with Dugtrio. And
yeah, I was gonna throw that on the discussion slate, but like I felt like pretty much everyone that has been playing recently should obviously get Y.
It's got things like the Latias dropped, fantastic measure. Altair drop. Hey, yo, let me tell you this right now. I don't think it's y'all, but some people have been starting to run Air Slash Charizard, and I'm about to throw hands with every single one of y'all. Y'all need to stop running Air Slash Charizard.
What the fuck does that even hit?
Exactly, it hits nothing. It just pisses you off when you face it. That's what it does.
But it stabs, so it's gotta be good, you know.
Yeah, you know, crazy. But yeah, that's been annoying the hell out of me. But yeah, don't do that anymore. But basically, you know, Charizard, it's got Altaria came, that beats it. It's not, but that's not, you know, Altaria's not prevalent. But I'm just giving y'all mons that just came recently to beat it, you know. Laddie, Diancie outspeeds it. Koko rising in usage, blows it away, pressures it out. It's not a great time for my man Charizard.
Nah.
Yeah. Oh, and also Mantine being at a nice usage right now. All right.
Yep.
Keldeo dropping. Same one of the same reasons. Toxapex is everywhere.
No, Water MZ is not as good as people make it out to be. I'm just gonna say it right now.
Yeah, it's okay. There also is Mega Venu rising usage, so that's not great. Hey yo, Tangrove's been disappearing. My man
Yeah,
Tang.
that's the one thing I said that in my post. I was like, you know, that's one thing that's keeping.
Yo, what's up? What's up, Rash?
Specs is like annoying to face for some.
Yeah,
teams.
yeah. People need to make. People need to make. People need to make more specs teams for sure.
Because some people's Keldeo switch-ins are like Scarf Latios or like AV Magearna, and those just get completely fucked by like Specs Hydro. So.
All right. Next. Okay. Mega, bro. Honestly, the only reason this went up is because ABR was hyping this thing up too much.
I think it was alright. I know me and ABR both were hyping it up. I thought it was pretty good. I always didn't like how Pex was like kind of just
exactly.
Because you can't run Psychic on it or Psyshock. I mean,
you can,
but
but
the set,
yeah,
the set that I was I'm talking about the tank set, by the way. I'm not talking about Calm Mind. I think Calm Mind is the only set it's like worth using now, just because Pex is fucking stupid and it's really fat and it can be kind of annoying to deal with late game. But at the same time, you know, like T-Spikes is a thing, and
it's an annoying mon, but it's definitely not good anymore, in my opinion.
It can be good. You can like
it can be good if anything, it can be really annoying for like an unprepared offense that's based around like physical attackers, but like not really.
I think it's still decent, but it's definitely niche, like super niche. I think it was a lot more viable during Metagross times, but even then, I don't know. It's alright, but it's not that amazing.
Like the only good sets you can definitely Calm Mind's not doing well. Mantine just shuts down the Calm Mind set, you know, along with basically any like Slowbro set, it gets shut down. Will Slowbro be good once Gren goes? Maybe. I don't know, man. I don't even think Gren's not even going.
Yeah, I don't know why people act like Gren's.
Yeah, Gren's not ban worthy. If anything, especially people that say, okay, y'all need to understand this. Protein's never gonna get banned. People, you know, you can make an argument for Ash, and I respect it, but like, no Gren should be going anywhere anytime soon from the OU tier.
The only thing I could see is if Magearna does get banned, that could potentially.
Yeah, if Magearna gets banned, then we'll see. We may be able to pick up the discussion again. But like for now, it's definitely not on the council's minds, not on my mind.
Even then, like there was talk that Ash might if suspect Ash, it might just be thrown, like Protean might be thrown into there too.
Exactly. But like it's definitely not where. It's definitely not, you know, crazy or anything.
Yeah.
All right. Next. Sorry guys, I know my mouth is just hurting. All right. Next we got Nidoking. Honestly, like this is what happens every time. We have Lindor in the tier, we're feeling all good. It gets banned, we're like, oh no, what do we do now? We find out about Nidoking.
I mean, to be fair, Nidoking was pretty good last gen.
Last gen it was pretty good, but this gen,
like Clef was also like a god, and it was one of the best offensive checks to Clef in the tier.
Another reason, you know, Nidoking did, I remember it rose I think a month ago, and then one of the reasons because AV Magearna was like becoming a thing, and like you could stop volt switches and live most attacks and just earth power pressure it out. But like now that
I do think it still has potential, but like it's just I don't think people really have a reason to use it over other breakers.
Yeah,
it's just kind of weird.
Yeah, and it's definitely not something people are gonna start using again anytime soon for like it's not many reasons to.
Yeah, it didn't really get usage until like Hoopa got banned the last gen, because that's when there was no like good breakers anymore, so people were having to use like Daunt and like Nidoking and like fucking what is it called, Hydreigon, like all this stuff that was like irrelevant all became relevant once Hoopa got banned. Nidoking was one of them. I think Nidoking did that ever go like A-? That thing went really high, I remember. I don't remember.
ABR was definitely hyping up Nidoking a lot by last gen for sure.
Yeah, he only used it once, like in a big match this gen though. I think it was an SPL or whatever.
Yeah. I remember that. And he was running that. He was running that with Focus Sash, Clefable. Pretty crazy.
That was when Metagross was still in the tier, so that was a long time ago.
Oh, about a good point. Shandy's a better breaker, and that's another reason. You know, that's another reason why Shandy went up. I forgot to mention, doesn't get trapped by Dugtrio. And Nidoking definitely does. So yeah. All right, Togekiss. Another Mon. The only reason we rose is because of ABR. Honestly, ABR, you know, he might as well just take over. No, we rose this because of ABR.
You were against the drop.
I wasn't. Wait, let me see.
You were against the drop. You were the one person that was against the drop. Unless you changed it at the last minute.
Let me see.
Just to fuck with me.
Hold on. Let me see. Oh, I said no. Okay, all right. I got a reason why I said no. I got a reason.
All right.
It beats all of this broken stall running around. It does that pretty well.
But and then Zapdos stall like, and then that exists, and then like. See, if Togekiss could be every single
I'll tell you, I'm trying to give y'all the sets. All right, you have to understand. Let me hit y'all with the sets. Y'all ain't running the sets. I got y'all with these texts. Here we go. Hold up real quick. You got Ancient Power. You run that Rocky MZ. Say goodbye to Zapdos. Yeah, look at this,
simple. He's trying to defend himself.
Say goodbye to Zapdos. You take away all your problems. Easy. And then there you go. You beat Stall. You're welcome. No, for real. Another reason I wanted to keep it around is because it's a nice measure for Bulu. It's a pretty good switch into Bulu generally because most of them aren't running Edge anymore. Along with the fact that it is able to lure things such as Celesteal, which is really prevalent in with Fire MZ. And its Scarf set is honestly really underrated. And one of the reasons it's good is because it gets to hacks everything. I faced that set earlier and it was stupid. I was like, this Mon can never leave. But Serene Grace is a crazy ability.
Alright, I think we'll get the point that you're trying to redeem yourself.
Now, Ella, what are you talking about in Toxic? Alright, let me show you this right now. You run Air Slash, you run Nasty Plot, Ancient Power, Hillbell. No Roost. You just are flinching everything. Simple. You know, you should know better. You should know better.
If I see this on the ladder, I'm coming to
That's gonna be the next creative team, boys. That's gonna be the next creative team. That's the set we're using. Alright. Next, Salamence dropping. People just know what this does and they know how to circumvent the threat.
And like, why use it over D-Knight on some teams? Why use it over Gyarados? Like, you know.
One of the reasons why Salamence was pretty good early gen is because people were sick of losing to like Scarf Lele. That's why like D-Knight dropped in usage. So like when Scarf Lele was literally the raise and like everyone was using it, this was fantastic because it outsped all those Scarf Leles and just blew them away. And like Leles would go in Leles would be thrown in there and they would basically pray your adamant. But yeah, nothing really else to say about the Mon. I mean, it's not that great. That's why it's dropping.
Yeah.
Alright, Nihilego. It's an unmon. Y'all seen the emoji in my server? It's an unmon. It's a mon it's a mon you never should be using.
If you're not using T-Spikes on it, like I would never use it at all. Like, T-Spikes is the only reason to ever use it. Like, I'm not talking about the Sash set. I think that says garbage. But like, I don't know, like Specs T-Spikes or like Specs or Scarf T-Spikes. I don't know. It's just kind of like, okay, I'm suicidal and I want to run a Nihilego on my team. At least you can run like T-Spikes on it to make, you know, to make it less, I get less shitty. Otherwise, I see no reason to run T-Spike or to run Nihilego at all over like any other Scarfer or Specs. Like, I know people are like, oh, Specs is good, but like I don't see it. I really don't see it. Cause they're like, oh, Specs Thunder can do this and that, and I'm like, yeah, well, I mean, so can Specs Gengar, and like that thing's not that good either, but like it's better than Nihilego, so I don't know. I don't know why this thing still has like a lot of usage too. Ladder loves this thing.
Volcanion. Every single time I face Volcanion, I say to myself, of course I face Volcanion when I'm using Event Scoon and I get annoyed. You really shouldn't use this Mon. unless
it's one of those mons that just kind of fucks with some teams and then just falls flat versus other teams.
Yeah, for sure.
There are those teams that just like if you're not running like Pex, the Earth Power set, then fuck that set. Everyone know if you aren't Specs, which is really easy to tell because like Specs Falk is pretty fucking strong. No one's gonna stay in with their like Toxapex. They're gonna switch out and bait out the Earth Power fucking ground game or whatever. So that, and it's not like Heatran where Heatran can trap it, you know. It's not a good set. Not a good set. If you're gonna use Volcanion, use Specs and just blow holes into shit. That's the only thing it's good for. And like people who use shit like, you know, obviously like a lot of teams that are gonna be weak to Specs Keldeo will be even weaker to Specs Volcanion. So like I do think it has merit, but at the same time I'd rather just run Specs Keldeo. So
let's just send it. Let's just send this to UU and let them figure out what to do with it.
It's already UU.
It is UU. Like, okay. They did. They finally.
Okay. Yeah.
Congratulations, Volcanion. You finally got a tier you can be, I guess, okay in. All right. Oh, but by the way, Volcanion was actually like really good last generation. I liked it a lot last generation.
It was so overhyped, but yeah, it was decent.
Yeah, it was pretty decent. Yeah. Ooh, Maddie Brolick decided to join us with a legend. Yo, Maddie, you gonna drop a cream team for us? We've been waiting. The cream team channel is literally just waiting for you, fam. All right, last but not least, and then we'll get into the discussion slate. Mega Pidgeot.
I have only seen
you said it perfectly. This plus Mega Slot equals no viability. There's no reason. This is just a waste of your Mega Slot.
People say it breaks stall, and then you realize like Zapdos is still like a really good on stall, and then like it just completely shits on it, and then and then like again like if you really want to use like a fucking breaker that's a flying type, then just use Tornadus. Like Tornadus can actually be more annoying to stall. At least they can like taunt and knock off and all that shit. Like, and
even then, you know, we all know Tornadus isn't that great.
Yeah, Tornadus is okay. It's decent, but like Pidgeot's just, it's just like if it wasn't a mega, it would still not be that good. But like, so with that mega slot, like yeah, I don't know. Not a fan of it.
For sure. You know, just to add to that, there's Zapdos, there's AV Magearna, there's Celesteela, there's too much.
Yeah.
All right. Exactly. Let's see. Let me just read the chat real quick. I remember when P2 called Volcanion this team building savior of ours. I
tell you, that thing was so overhyped when it first came out. I never understood. Like everyone's like, I remember the OU cores thread specifically was like, Volcanion plus this, Volcanion plus that, Volcanion plus that. Like it was like every single like top tier mon was paired with Volcanion, and I'm like, I don't get it. Like I guess, but like, why? Like I don't know. Like it was just so overhyped, so overhyped. It was definitely way better than it is today, but like I don't know. Even when I watch Oras and like I watched Oras like tour matches, I still hardly ever see Volcanion. Like it's just, I don't know. Never really understood it. That's something I was like, oh, you know, I just want to. I think Volcanion would make this team better. Like I don't know. Never really understood the whole fucking thing around it.
All right. So we're getting to the discussions late. Lele, A to A+. This should not happen. Y'all better not let this happen.
What do you got against Lele, bro?
I don't get it. It's not that it's overhyped. It's not that great. Literally, it's my opinion. It's just like Volcarona. In practice, it is team building. It gives you a headache, but it's not as good as practice. I'm sorry. This mon is not that hard to handle. Not that hard to cover.
I don't know if it's fair to compare it with Volk just because Volk requires like a spinner and like or a defogger.
Yeah, I mean, but I'm just saying like as far as team building, I'm saying as far as team building, you have to prep for these mons.
But like the thing is Specs right now, like there's teams that actually just don't have switch-ins to this thing.
And those are some bad teams. Simple.
But like I don't know though. Like you see like the AV Gear, the Steela, and the fucking like I mean like Psychic, Psychic just 2-hit KO Steelas now.
Me personally, I'm not having any issues with this mon. And when I use this mon, I'm not impressed at all. Like, the thing that really annoyed me about this mon is especially when I had to start running Jolly on this. Like, I used to love Modest, but then Lando just started running, you know, its plus speed nature.
You ran Jolly Lele.
No, excuse me, timid. No, but like I Modest was, like I said, I loved the Lele. I was actually okay, this mon ain't that bad. But now that I've had to start running the non plus special attack nature, I really don't like this mon. You know, should it rise to A plus? No, in my opinion, but you know, it does deserve its A spot for sure. For sure. You can't deny it isn't a fantastic mon. Me personally, I'm like, it's whatever. Like, I'd rank this like as the third best Tapu. I put Bulu over it.
Yeah, that's understandable. I'd probably do that too.
Yeah. Yo, I don't know if you know this, L, but you have to understand, we bring up personal experience in the viability ranking all the time. We bring up our experiences all the time. This mon is overrated.
I mean, you gotta have some kind of personal experience.
Yeah, you gotta bring up something. Like, you can't just.
If you're like, oh, you know, I've heard this.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, yeah, yeah. Oh, you're like, fuck, shut up, fuck up. Like, but like, not like, obviously, you don't want to have personal bias, like, completely.
Yeah. You don't want to be me with going Mega Swampert Jesus every single hour.
Yeah, or Celesteela ass. Don't even talk about that. But like, yeah, you definitely have to have some personal fucking like thoughts on it. Otherwise, like, that means you're never taking anything into account that you play, which is kind of stupid. So like, but nah, like, I mean, I disagree that it's overrated. I think it's perfectly fine. I don't think it should be A plus either. Me personally, I think A is fine as well. But and shut the fuck up, LO. Shut the fuck up. Don't even try to fucking don't even try to act like you weren't fucking saying shit. Don't even try to act like that. You said what you said. But yeah, I think Lele is pretty good. I think it's solid. I think it's better than it was a few weeks ago, at least, where it was, I would say it was overrated. I think it's less overrated now, personally. And once Dougie goes, it will be even better because it'll actually be able to be annoying for stall for once, like, without having to run Shed Show.
Yeah.
Amazing.
So maybe after Dougie goes, yeah, that's the thing. Maybe I'll bring it back. Maybe I'll like this mon again when Dougie goes, because all I know, this isn't a stall breaker. I love blowing away the Leles with my ground EMZ Dougie. So we'll see. This mon will probably be better. All right, next Kyurem. This thing has to go up. It's disgusting. It's a disgusting mon.
Oh my goodness, this thing is. I love this thing. Like, I don't remember who it was. I'm assuming you mostly used this. You weren't actually being serious when you said Specs, right?
No, of course I'm being serious. What the fuck would you not? Specs is a fantastic set. I was spamming the crap out of that ulti. It was a Gary. All right, we're bringing this set up right now. What is wrong with Specs, Kyurem? What's wrong? First of all, you have to understand. No, there's a lot. Okay, there's a lot of pros to Specs Kyurem be over regular Kyurem. Not only do you get
no. It's not really that. It's like you have a mon.
Yeah.
175 base attack. It has a Z move.
Gary. No, okay, first of all, if you play a good player, that guaranteed kill, it may happen. But also, Gary, you have to understand the fact that listen. After you use that Z move, the Kyurem is useless as hell in most matches. Like, it usually just does nothing. After you get that one kill, it's like, oh well, you got that one kill. But if you use Kyurem Specs, you can get 3 to 4 kills per game, guaranteed. So, all right. Also, you get to add to the fact that Terravolt, and for some reason, Shedinja usage just started rising out of nowhere. Probably because of Cartoon, he qualified with an ulti. And so now you don't have to worry about Shedinja. You just blow it away with Ice Beam. Say goodbye. Kyurem B with Specs is good. It's a good set. You run Ice Beam, you run Draco, you run Earth Power.
Good players, quote unquote. You could say the same thing about the guy who's using the Kyurem. Is that if they're a good player, they'll know when to use the free shock, you know? And then there's that fucking sub free shock set, which sounds dumb as fuck.
Yeah.
But it actually just fucks.
Here's the thing, Kyurem. There is no reason you should be running the regular Kyurem. It is okay. There's okay. Thank you.
I mean, that's its main niche.
Yeah. Specs is not as good as it was last gen. Here's the thing. This Mon has fantastic bulk. You guys seem to be forgetting that. Like that +2, not +2. That +10 in defense is like, it matters a lot. And Terravolt, you know, you're ignoring.
Yo, get that trash ass Kyurem set out of the fucking team builder.
I'm saying, I'm adding the choice fix to it right now just to piss off Gary. This is the best set. I've used it a lot. I've used Z. I thought it was okay.
Sure it's viable.
It's not viable. It's the best set. Simple.
I'm saying is like the best. You could say the whole like, oh, okay, if you're a good player, you're not gonna let it get a kill. But at the same time, if you're a good player, you play Kyurem Black right. It is so fucking hard.
Yeah. Also, let's see.
Cause like other than like Toxapex, or what's really switching into a free shock, but that isn't fucked by Fusion Bolt? Like even stuff like that. Like it's
here's the thing. Okay. Here's the thing though. Scizor, as we just talked about earlier, is rising in usage, so it's coming in like it's nothing. But with Specs, you blow away with it by fire and say goodbye. It is the same. It is the same set as regular Kyurem. You're right, Snow. But this is the better Specs user.
Doesn't Specs Ice Beam just 2-hit KO Venusaur anyway from regular Kyurem?
Why would you want to risk a poison Sludge Bomb? Are you okay? Oh my. Gary wants y'all to get poisoned. It's crazy. Wow, that's crazy. He wants y'all to get that chip. He wants that chip damage to be. Bro, wow.
What do you really need the Terravolt for?
Wow.
Like Venusaur, bro.
You hit Mimikyu. You hit Shedinja. You hit Venusaur. I'm giving y'all these mons.
Trash. That's irrelevant.
I mean, think about all the Levitate users. You just blow with an Earth Power. You don't even gotta do no 50-50s.
Yeah. You blow a fucking Latios with
I mean, that's not a switch anymore. I'm just saying, this mon's the truth. I'm just, hey,
who's switching a Latios into an ice?
It's called, I just said 50-50s. There's some plays where there's some 50-50s.
50. Like, oh, he's going for Earth
Power. Hey, you don't have to worry about it. You just blow them away and say goodbye. You don't gotta worry about no 50-50s.
Oh my.
It's too easy.
Lord.
It's too easy.
See, you guys see what I have to deal with on a daily basis? Like,
it's too easy for the base lord. All right. But yeah, enough of hyping up the better Kyurem set. Let's see. Mega Gallade. I wouldn't be surprised if this thing drops. I've not seen anything from it. Even though you know, only reason I like Gallade is with Lele, to be honest. It really does need a Mimikyu is hot trash. All right, hold up. Guys, I want to pause a second. I got a ban Rash Flag on. Rash Flag on. Say you can need. I'm gonna need you to say any last words. Say your last words.
I never understood why people think it's trash. I mean, I do think you think Mimikyu.
Tasung said it best. Tasung said it best. How can a mon be trash if he gets a free SD? Tasung, the base lord, said himself. Even Tasung knows. How can a mon that gets a
dead though, bro?
Tasung, he's not dead. He's just floating around. The man's just floating around. But at least he knows Mimikyu is not trash. Y'all need to recognize.
It's not trash. It's definitely not trash.
It definitely is not. Yeah, for sure. All right. Oh wait. Oh yeah. You got any words on Gallade?
I guess like I don't know like. I remember I used it a fuck ton when I was like writing its analysis, and I thought it was pretty good, and then like I stopped really using it because I was like, I really don't like how this can't beat like Fat Lando and stuff, and it was really annoying, and like it's not that, I mean, it's kind of strong without an SD, but like I don't know, like even with Clef running around, like you have to have an SD to break that thing and all that shit. Like yeah, it's very pressured to set up, and it has to set up to really be threatening, whereas something like a Mega Medicham, which you know is kind of struggling in the metagame, is at least doesn't have to worry about that. It just sort of fires off moves, so you know, and it's got priority, you know, stuff like that. So I think Medicham it's kind of almost in the same situation as it was last gen, where it's almost like, well, I'd rather just run Medicham or like another Mega, and even then, at least Gallade's definitely more viable than it was last gen. But I don't know. Mew's viability is still really high, but the fact that it's going down a little bit also sort of helps Medi and sort of makes Gallade less useful at the same time. So there's that.
Yeah. Let me read. I just saw some disrespectful comment by my man Cyber Stage. Why does NJNP think Mimikyu is God but doesn't like Kartana? All right, let me break this down to you. First of all, Kartana completely overrated.
How is that not over?
The only good Kartana set is Timid. Listen. When I'm using an SD mon, I want it to at least pull off some sweeps. Kartana is literally the only SD mon that would never, ever pull off a sweep. But when you throw on Timid nature, it's
not meant to sweep. It's meant to break.
But it doesn't even do that. If you play, okay, first of all, I have never had a Kartana ever break me. If you play a good, player, this mon is never breaking. I mean, Scarf.
Scarf is way better.
Scarf, you know, Scarf. You can make it good, especially with Diancie in the tier. I can respect Scarf now. But other set, this is no mon. You're dying to listen. I'm sick of Ash Greninjas just blowing me away when I'm trying to pull. That's why when you throw Timid, you not only get that juicy HP 252. All right, let me show you let me show you.
Okay.
Stop.
You want me to drop you some facts?
Stop. Hold up.
That, like, Timid Kartana is like a base 109 attack. Like, legit.
I mean, but I don't really care. As long as it sweeps, I'm fine. Hey, and it does it. Yes, it does. Gary, I will pull up replays. Not only have I swept Stall with this set, but I have swept so many teams. This set because I'm a god, Gary. I am a god. Mon 6 got to be exact. This set right here, you pair it with another breaker, you're going in. Like I pair this with Pinsir, absolute G's. This mon, it goes through so many offenses if you play correctly. You have to add. Flaming Teeny made that set. I think he did. I'm not sure. There's a lot of people that rumored to make this set. But anyway, well, again, Flaming Teeny made Earthquake lists in Orlando. So let's calm down. Let's calm down. But yeah, all right. So Kartana, you give the SD, you got to give it some type of Z move. It has to have a Z move. You can't run this set without a Z move. You're insane if you do. You actually will make it an unset if you do. But this is like my favorite Kartana set. You know, it's attack. You give that, excuse me, this should be 19. Why did it go all the way to 0? But yeah, you get that attack SD boost, you're going in. You know,
I wanted to try defog Kartana actually.
Kartana defog, I wanted to try that out too. But
that just switches into Ferrothorn like 100%. So
for sure.
It's kind of nice.
For sure.
Kind of nice.
Who's Josh? Who's Josh, Gary? Who wants to catch these hands? Oh wait.
What do you mean? Who's
oh wait.
Josh?
Oh, that's Finch. That's Finch. Never mind. Finch. It is. All right, Finch. No. Finch can get a call. Finch. Hey, Finch. Hit me in the PM. Ayo. Finch. Hit me in the DMs if you want to get in call. You can get in call right now, and you can. Tim and Kartana. I've said this so many times. It is the only set. It is the only set. You know, you guys can hate on me all I want, but hey, if I'm bringing that to a tournament game. I've seen so many Finch teams get 6-0 by Tim and Kartana. Let me just say this right now. Like, one of the only reasons Finch was able to beat me recently, because he rarely ever does, is because I choked. You know, he choked a lot of times because Finch does that naturally. It's in his blood. But, you know, for him to say, it's an unset. Just disrespectful. Just disrespectful. Anyway, but yeah, we're done with messing around with Kartana. Hippo. This thing can rise. I love Hippo. Fantastic physical wall. Setting up rocks really nice. Its Sandstream ability is really like, I mean, it's always been around, but like I've had a lot of games where I've really appreciated chipping something from other mons.
I think Helmet is actually kind of cool too because it basically punishes Tapu Koko. Otherwise, it can just, you know, quote unquote U-turn. But if you run Rocky Helm, it just like Tapu Koko is really like, it's pretty much useless until you get rid of Hippo. So I like that a lot.
Anything else you want to add to it?
Yeah, it's thick. I don't know. It walls a lot of stuff. Yeah. I mean, it's passive. That's never going to change. But like,
there's a lot. There's different moves you can use on Hippo. You can run Ice Fang for like Landos and Zygarde subs. You can run don't run Edge anymore. But yeah, you can run E-Quake, Ice Fang. You can Whirlwind. You know, you're always gonna be running Stealth Rocks on it.
Yeah, like there's no reason to run Stone Edge or Rock Slide. We can just run Whirlwind and just like.
I had this crazy Tim and Kartana is like Spix Nihilego but worse. Y'all really trying to get banned. That's crazy. That's crazy. No. Okay. Listen. Specs Nihilego is never sweeping because first of all it's usually I mean no not usually it's always locked. Tim and Kartana can switch moves and clean up teams. Y'all
don't tell CBB that, bro.
All right, I'm about to do a live. Or I'm about to collect some replays of me sweeping with Tim and Kartana. Tim and Kartana is the only Kartana set. Me lefties and me have been preaching this for a minute. Me and lefties, we got in a huddle. We did some team building and we figured out this is the only Kartana set. I was like, this is an unmon. Like even for a minute, I was hating on Tim and Kartana. A hard minute. But then I used it again and realized, no, y'all just sleep. Y'all just sleep on it.
Yo, remember that time that like I think it was lefties. He used like a +2 sacred Scizor and it did like 36.
Yeah,
you know?
he misused it.
Oh,
It's okay. But yeah, you could you could use Hot Fire Fang. You could use it for taking out scissors. If you're weak to scissors, you need a measure for that. Yeah, I mean I guess I can get behind it. But Ice Fang and Whirlwind definitely are gonna be the best measures. But that's I guess it basically for the rankings update. This was decently long. But we went into it. We got into it. Yo, Gary, is there anything you want to cover before we're done here? Because we better finish it up. Because if I see one more bad Tim and Kartana, we're gonna start pulling up we're gonna do a live create a team. Live team builder. I'm about to do a live with Tim and Kartana. How does it sweep? It's simple. You weaken them. Okay, let me break down Tim and Kartana for y'all. All right, you're not gonna SD turn 1 and just win games. You're not gonna do that. You're going to have to weaken the mons. And Toxapex, dog, it doesn't wall. You just SD up on it. You hit the leaf blade. It wastes basically all of its curve. Basically, in the end, Toxapex literally has to burn you. If it doesn't burn you, you're losing. Simple.
I'll probably do like 80%.
Like. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, and with Tim and Kartana, you actually live hits. It's so beautiful when I don't die to a Draco Meteor. It's so beautiful when Astro Ninja Shuriken doesn't blow me away. It's so beautiful when I actually live an attack. For like when Clefable doesn't blow me away with a Moonblast. It's such a good feeling, when I actually take hits. When Dugtrio doesn't blow me away with a Groundium. The only set. Jesus, y'all need to get with the times. Anyway, I know y'all.
I'm pretty sure people are with the times. Then the time for Tim and Kartana was like the beginning of SPL, bro.
Anyway,
that's long gone, bro.
Anyway, hopefully I don't forget y'all, stay woke. Hopefully I woke y'all asses up. Hold up, y'all keep talking. Hold up. Anyway, doesn't matter. Y'all gonna get on my nerves. Anyway, I'm gonna stop running.
Damn, is this a new record for you? 54?
54? Oh yeah, this definitely is a record. It's probably Josh spamming this everywhere he can, saying NJNP is ass. He thinks all right, now we're having too much fun. But Gary, thank you so much for being here, man. You guys say goodbye to Gary, cause this man's never coming back to the channel.
I didn't hear the first part because I started lagging, so I'm gonna assume you said that I am the reason why you have such high views.
Alright, calm your ass down. No. We out. Deuces.